able to just make enough, get enough stops to keep them at bay. But again, our second half defense was everything. First half, I didn't really like us. We were soft. We looked confused at things that were simple, and we got on them a little at half, and they responded really well. So.
What was the big difference in the third quarter, especially when you?
I mean, it's physicality. I mean, this is a very physical team. They do a great job of playing physical brand of basketball, and they were taking the physicality to us, and we couldn't have that. We had to match their physicality, and turn the game around in that way. So that was the key, and just kind of being into the ball more and setting a tone there. And then, once we got a few stops and we could feel the momentum coming, then, we were obviously Rudy was super dominant in the paint.
With the late game offense, what did you see kind of just execution wise that really enabled you to get some of these good looks, and some of them were transition to?
Yeah, I think I think we got like Ant gets off it early to Nas in the corner. Mike was instrumental in in transition or turning corners out there for a bit in the fourth. Cat was huge. I thought, just putting a lot of pressure on him, and the baseline jumper he makes over Butler, and then the offensive rebound which he goes and gets over Butler, and then throws it to Rudy. Just kind of really winning plays. That's what we needed.
Kind of had this pattern of late.
Yeah.
First halves are not as good as the second halves.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 20-5, but is
it
a concern at all? Or
it's concerning. Yeah, I think it's concerning. I mean, we got to be better. It had been our offense. Tonight we turned it over 7 times in the first quarter, so that wasn't any better. And then our defense let us down 2. So we got to be better, but all credit to the guys that keep fighting back.
Chris, it felt like Mike Conley was quiet tonight, but then he had that three-pointer in the fourth quarter that gave you guys the lead. What did you see in his play and how he just seemed so steady?
Yeah, I think we had a hard time for the first 3 quarters really shaking any clean looks loose out there. I think maybe guys were a little tentative at times. I think they were trying to pay attention to what we were trying to do offensively according to the game plan. I think we might have made them a little tentative. I thought we had some shots that we didn't take, and then if you don't take it against a defense like this, you got to work really hard to try to generate another one. And then in the second half, in the fourth quarter with Mike, he was able to turn some corners. We put a little bit more shooting out on the floor, kind of stretched him out a little bit, and I think that was the key for him getting a little bit more space.
How did you assess Jaden McDaniel's defense tonight? Obviously, he got the calls, but he was all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, he's, when he's guarding at a high level, I mean, he's one of the best in the league. I mean, we move him around, he battles contests, particularly when we, can employ him at the point of attack. He's really, really good there. I thought, he had a really, really good game.
Coach, it's a characteristic of championship teams to be able to weather the storm and stay the course even when you're down 20 in the first half.
Yeah.
What is your message to your players at halftime to keep them motivated, staying on the course, and being able to weather the storm the way you guys did?
Well, we weren't a very good version of ourselves. I didn't like the spirit about us. I didn't like our competitiveness, and I didn't like our physicality. And they were dictating on all 3 of those fronts. We got off to kind of just a slow start, and fortunately, we were able to kind of, as soon as it got to 17, we were able to cut it right back to a dozen, which is a workable margin. And then, they were never able to have another run at us, as we kept chipping away. And that was important. So
another important characteristic is to be able to drown out the noise. Needless to say, there's been a little noise around you guys. How are you able to drown that out and just focus on the task, even when it's stacked against you, and get the result? I
mean, this is these guys are the professionals. It's all about going out and performing in the minute and in the moment. And that's clearly what they're like to do. So it's a bit of, if you can't put your energy and your effort and your focus into what you love to do, then probably shouldn't be doing it. So I think our guys came to play tonight regardless of anything else, and that's all that matters.